Hi, I have found there are two types of recoil. Recoil that comes back at you and recoil that goes up. A well-balanced gun will balance those out and kind of go in between and not nearly as much as one or the other. The way you hold a gun, if you hold it like this, the easy way that a lot of people have taught themselves, you're not going to manage that recoil going up at all. You might manage it a bit coming towards you, but this way, the way the pros hold it on YouTube, the way I've learned to hold it, is this finger over the trigger guard, these fingers over your fingers, and this thumb locked over your thumb. When I went to buy this gun has one of the most kicks you can get out of a revolver. It's an airlight, which means it's a scandium frame, the weight of like aluminum. The only parts that are titanium and stainless steel are the parts inside the cylinder and the barrel, meant to hold pressure of the bullet. And it's a 4-inch barrel instead of the classic 6 to 8 inches of a 44 Magnum, and it's a 44 Magnum itself, so that's going to add a lot. So this guy kept warning me at the gun shop, who I know, who when it comes to kick, he even said, you know, if you can't take the kick, you can't return the gun. And I said, I know that. So I shot it, and I shot it like this, and I was surprised at how well I could manage it. I mean, there was more recoil on this than my J-frame Model 60 357 snub nose, but this was more manageable just because of the extra grips here. So I go back to the guy and I tell him, you know, it really wasn't all that bad. And he asked me, how are you holding it? And I showed him like this. He goes, well, when you showed me before, when you were buying another gun, he said you held it like this. And he goes, when you hold it like this, your thumb locking down in this is not going to completely take away the recoil going up, but it's going to help you manage it better. And he said you can shoot almost any gun as long as you're shooting it right like that. And so why would you prefer one type of recoil to another? I find the kind that comes at you tends to be the slides with the polymer grips. This 40 cal comes at you a lot, not so much up. In competition, you'd want an all-metal frame gun, probably a 9mm shot. 5-inch 1911 would do well. And there's a mathematical equation that says the further the sights are apart, the more accurate your shot will be. That's why when you shoot a rifle at 100 yards, it's easy. When you shoot a pistol at 50, it's not. The less kick there is, the faster you can aim down the sights and recover from recoil. So that would help not only in a smaller caliber bullet, but in a frame that is all metal. But if you get too small of a caliber, like a 380 or a 22 LR, it's not going to be able to push back that heavy slide, and the slide has to be heavy if it's a 5-incher for accuracy, and it's not going to have the capability of ejecting the shell of every bullet very consistently, and you're going to get a lot of jams. So a 9mm would be perfect for competition, and an all-metal with a slide 1911. And most 1911s are 45 cal, but you can find them in 9mm. So that would be ideal, but for concealed carry, you're going to need the polymer, or else it's going to be very, very heavy. My 1911 that's a 45 is outside the waist only, pretty much. This guy I use a shoulder holster for, and this it's a big one. You can get a compact. It's the M&P. The bullets I use are 40 cal. They're 1mm bigger than a 9mm, so you get virtually the same capacity. This holds 15, where a 9mm might hold 17 in the same standard size. And one extra millimeter will get you 150% of the weight of a 9mm, which gives you, at the same velocity as which it goes, it gives you 150% of the momentum. So you're going to have 1.5 times the kick, but you're going to have 1.5 times the stopping power as well, or at least penetration. So that's why I prefer the 40 cal for self-defense, because one bullet I know is going to get the job done. A 9mm should get the job done, I'll admit, but I've heard stories where some people just keep on going. But this 40 cal is just I have enough shots so that if it takes me a while after the recoil to look down my sights, I can still get it done. And it's got the capacity that I can afford to miss. And that would only be in a shootout situation. I mean, if it were a knife situation, the guy would have to get close enough to me that I barely even have to aim. Now we're going to get into home defense. I don't even know why I'm holding this gun for that, but a 12-gauge shotgun, pump, 7-shot home defense. You can get them for $150 new in some states, like the partner pump. That is excellent for home defense. With a shotgun, you don't need to aim, pretty much. You can stay at the top of your stairs and wait for them to come in. You can blow a hole through the door and the intruder as well before they even get through the door, if your state allows that by law. They're making pistols now with 410 bore shot shells, like the Taurus Judges and the Smith & Wesson Governors, that when you shoot them, it brings out a shot spread, because they're a 2-inch barrel, as big as that TV is from this distance, which is about 3 yards. And you don't need to aim with them, no matter what the yardage is. They're close enough that it will take out their whole torso and head. And they come with rounds that are 2 discs and 12 pellets. You can get double like triple O pellets, 4 of them lined up, and just some really nasty shots out of that 410 bore. This 44 mag is meant for self-defense while hunting, and I'll explain that because it confused me as well. It's in case a bear or a mountain lion are charging at you. I don't hunt, but I got this as kind of a novelty. I always wanted a 44 mag, but in almost every situation where I'd have to defend myself, I'd prefer to use the 40 cal. This I might carry as a sidearm for penetration if I was defending my house, but my main go-to would be my 12 gauge. I mean, I even have a Romanian AK, and it's got the sights and everything, but for home defense, I don't need 30 rounds. All I need is more than 30 shots coming out of one shot. And a nice triple O buck, a nice 4.0 buck will do that for me. The other thing, too, which gives kick to these things are a 45 ACP bullet is going to be about that long, and it's going to have a slightly larger diameter than this, but this is going to have much more power, because all here is slow-burning gunpowder that will be pushed out of this barrel and getting faster and faster, and then finally when it comes out, boom, lots of recoil. And that being said, that's the types of recoil. I hope this helps you guys, and take care.